Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to another episode of
FanKingHaters,
your weekly fantasy show where we dish out hate on players that mess up your DraftKings, your FanDuel, or your personal fantasy lineup. I'm Marcus the Great, to my left,
Melodic,
to my right,
Messiah the One.
and you can follow us during the games on DraftKings. You got something you want to say to our fans?
Yeah, I deeply apologize on behalf of all three of us as a committee. We gave you some bad info last week regarding the one and only Sam Bradford.
Yes, we did. We did.
He did not play. He did not show up. Well, he did, but you know what I mean.
Messiah, what did you say about him?
Hey, he wakes up questionable, but you can't fault us. This is pre-recorded, and we can't just give you live footage that's right before the lineup. Right. So we do apologize.
Hey, we do our best.
But up to that point, he was questionable, and going into this next week, he's out. So when he wakes up tomorrow, he's out. He's not even questionable, but we know he's usually questionable every day he wakes up.
Who you hating on from last week?
So once again, I apologize. I deeply apologize. Going into my hate, Larry the Fitzgerald.
If you would have just listened to Messiah,
J.J. Nelson was the way to go.
He was. He had 3 for 27, 3 catches for 27 yards.
Ooh.
Doing real bad. There ain't much else I can say.
With David Johnson going down, like, what are the Cardinals? We got a fan that watches the show.
Right.
Sorry, but I don't know what your Cardinals are without David Johnson. I don't know what that offense is.
Nothing. Carson Palmer getting old.
Yeah. My hate, I kind of knew it was going to be a hate. I kind of anticipated. I jumped on the hype train anyway, but I went with the Rams. That's my hate from last week. Okay. 3.8 points. I thought they had arrived, but nope, they still stuck on that 405. Messiah, who you hate from last week?
Well, it's not really a hate. I said Jesse James wasn't going to show up after he had a big game the week before.
Yeah, so goes fantasy.
He didn't have a great game, but he had 6.7. The rest of my team did well. My triple did well. But, you know, my surprise was J.J. Nelson with 26. Yeah. And my Ravens defense, again, repeated 4 interceptions, and they had 3 sacks. The week before, they had 4 interceptions, 5 sacks. And I'm just feeling like, hey, you can't go wrong with the Ravens defense until they produce, they don't produce.
And I'm shaking my head because I have to ask again, is this Ravens defense as good as the Ravens Super Bowl defense?
And I'm going to say the same thing as I said the week before. They're a veteran defense that understands where they're at right now, understands their division. It's a chess match. I think that they have veterans on their defense, which helps them out. You got to think Terrell Suggs is not Ray Lewis, but he's that focal point. Okay. And Eric Weddle is not Ed Reed, but you have a veteran back there that can help out along with the rookies. They spent money on Jimmy Smith, who was a first-round pick, who's a corner, shut down. Darius Webb shut down. Okay. So they have the tools. You just forget about.
But you don't want to go out on the limb and say that yet.
It's early in the season, and NFL stands for not for long. Okay. So anything can happen with injuries. So we just take 1 week at a time, just like they are. So as of this week and the week before, I said the Ravens. I wouldn't mind saying the Ravens again this week. Okay. Until they don't perform, why not run with them?
Melodic, who you rolling out this week?
This week I went with the NFL Pick'em. Okay. Once again, it goes by the tiers. Melodic. Myself went week 1. Messiah went
talking in third person. That's how Cowboys fans are.
Whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Hating on the Cowboys 24/7 or 25/8. Let's put it that way. I got Derek Carr tier 1. Okay. Versus Washington, 5 touchdowns this season.
Looking good.
No interceptions.
Looking good.
Crab Bucket is on fire.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns just last week.
Well, Crab Bucket is actually Jameis Winston, but Crabtree was balling.
Oh, okay, my fault.
He don't watch the show.
It's all right. He needs to catch up on some of his FanKing
episodes. It made more sense. Crab Bucket, Crabtree, Jameis Winston. I can see he's down in the islands on the beach.
We're gonna have to double hate.
So Crabtree had a hell of a game, and he's helping Derek Carr look great.
Okay, what's your other tier?
Tier 2, Phillip Rivers.
I like that. I like that play. A lot.
He got everything to go for when it comes to the passing game because they're always going to be down.
Always going to be down.
And like I said, Hunter will not have a game without 0 touches again, unless they're going against the Broncos to worry about Von Miller. So do not be afraid of Hunter Henry.
Again.
Tier 3, I got Ty Montgomery.
Okay.
Repeat.
That is a repeat.
You know, number one run. I would say number one run.
Is that turning into your Edelman? Is that turning into your Edelman like Messiah had Edelman in his lineups mostly in season 2?
I can say it's going that way.
Okay.
It's trending that way.
Okay.
I'm not fully hashtagged, but you know I'm there.
Kind of trending. Okay. Okay.
I got Keenan Allen repeat.
Target monster.
Last year.
Target monster.
Phillip Rivers double dipping.
Okay.
I think they'll give me my points. I got tier 5 Kelsey. They're going
White
against
man
the Chargers.
I like Kelsey.
He performed well week 2.
Yeah, I
He's
like
starting
that
to come
play.
out. Week 1, I think, was a fluke with the running back. What's his name? Hunt. He's not going to get that much points.
Yeah.
They have to spread out the ball
And that is true, but
to keep their offense and team
I like
going
that offense
straight.
though. I like that offense.
It's very, very strong.
And
Don't get me wrong.
I hope Kelsey does well.
Don't get me wrong.
But this is fantasy. And tight ends are the number one ones that will disappoint you after having a big game.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that the fantasy guys don't curse you, but I would like to see Kelsey.
So you saying that's gonna be his hate next week?
Just saying, it could possibility.
Okay, tier 6, I got Bryant versus Arizona.
Who?
Des Bryant.
Oh yeah, I like how you trying to be slick, Brian. Like we supposed to know,
Yeah,
like
Antonio
yeah,
Brown.
He doesn't know Des Bryant.
Come back
Yeah.
to
One,
it.
he's a cowboy.
Come
2,
on,
he's
cowboy.
a cowboy. And 3,
Okay.
he's a cowboy.
Well, I thought maybe he was still in hiding after last week.
Yeah,
Last
exactly.
week 1 also, you know what I mean?
So-
Coming back from hibernation,
so
a
you-
little rusty.
Hoping,
He had,
wishing,
a,
and
he,
praying.
he had a decent game fantasy
Hoping,
wise.
decent,
wishing,
but-
and praying. That's what he doing.
I'm also double dipping with Jason Witten because he is the number 1 target on my team right
Your
now.
Cowboys are gonna be your
As a
hates next
Cowboys
week.
team.
That's gonna be your hates.
Okay.
And what's the rest of your
I
lineup?
got for my 3rd tight end in my tier 8, Delaney Walker.
What does Messiah say? Who are the 2 Titans you play?
Go against Seattle.
Nope. Who are the 2 Titans you play, Messiah?
Oh, the 2 tight well, go
Mariota
against Seattle
and
Mariota
and Delaney Walker.
Delaney Walker.
Go against Seattle. That's a season 1 jewel. If you watch our show, it's a trend that Seattle's been had. They're horrible against the tight end. Messiah been prophesizing since season 1. So keep up.
Now Cam Chancellor is a hell of a defender, but sometimes he has a hard time with tight ends. So I think that Delaney Walker is a receiving tight end.
Definitely.
I think it's gonna be treacherous waters for Cam Chancellor.
Right, but don't get me wrong. When you go look up Delaney Walker, you're gonna see his points. You might not see no touchdowns, but don't let that
Still
fool
putting
you.
up points. That's
You know what I mean?
that's the name
He's
of the
getting
game.
yards.
For my quarterback, I went with the lesser known Matt, or I won't say lesser known. He doesn't have a cool nickname, so I went with Matthew Stafford.
Matty Rich.
Yeah, there you
Matty
go.
Rich.
Here, you heard it here first, Matty Rich. I was disappointed last week. I said it was going to be a shootout. It didn't happen. This week, I think the shootout does happen. So I went with Matthew Stafford. For my running back, there's one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. You play a pass-catching running back against the Falcons. We born alone and we die alone.
Ty Montgomery proved that fact last week, and Melodic dropped that jewel for everybody if you wasn't paying attention.
If you keep up with us, you know. For my second running back, I went with the only running back I think in the NFL who can say he's his team's workhorse right now. Jay Ajayi. I went with him against the Jets. I mean, us 3 can run on the Jets. They gave up 150 the week before, 180 this week. So I went with Jay Ajayi. My first wide receiver, I went with the target monster as well, 9 for 109 last week. I think the Chiefs' offense is high-powered. I think they all get some. I think Travis Kelce gets his, Hunt gets his, Hill gets his, Buckwheat Hill. I think they all get their money. So they're going to be playing behind, so I went with the target monster, Keenan Allen. For my second wide receiver, it was a homer pick. As a Bronco fan, I know when one of those 2 guys has a big game the following week, the other one does. Emmanuel Sanders had a big game last week. So it's Demarius' turn.
What's about it should be his time because first week it was Fowler who is concussed, and that last week it was Sanders. Is due to come to him or Virgil Green.
Yeah, it's gonna be Demarius' time. For my third wide receiver, I went with Rashad Higgins. Messiah will talk about him more as the episode goes on.
Right there.
I think it's a
He
good
plays
pick.
with Cleveland. In case y'all didn't know,
coming up from the lower end.
And my flex play, I went with the lesser-known Zeke. I went with Isaiah Crowell. He's been playing the Ravens and the Steelers to start the season off. You know, you want to have a run game for your rookie quarterback. I think they get back to that. So I went with Isaiah Crowell.
Put the hate stamp on that.
They're going against the Colts.
There you go.
They are against the Colts. I'm
That's
still
all we
putting
need
my
to say.
And Isaiah Crowell
doing
did. Isaiah Crowell made sure that he spoke with Hugh Jackson, let him know he wanted to be more part of the offense. Mm-hmm. So, you know, maybe Hugh Jackson gives him that to take the pressure off of Kaiser because they do have a rookie quarterback.
And going with a quarterback and rookies and going to tight ends. He's not a rookie anymore, but Carson Wentz's favorite target is still Zach Ertz. Mm-hmm. And they use the receivers to get him open instead of the other way around like it normally is.
Guaranteed 7 catches each
game. So I went with Zach Ertz. Another homer pick, defense. We made the Cowboys look like ranch hands last week.
Hey, man, I'll let that slide.
I think we're having buffalo wings this week, so I went with the Broncos.
I have a feeling that I think a lot of people are overlooking Buffalo. Buffalo is always going to be Buffalo.
Yeah.
But one thing that I've seen over the years is that sometimes Denver has a hard time with mobile quarterbacks. Dak Prescott saying
T-Mobile service is about to be cut off this week.
Well, I hope so. So then that way you're in the green. I hope that is
You got Shady?
Anyway, T-Mobile service is going to be turned off. We ain't worried about Shady. You saw what we did to Zeke last week, Cowboy. You be quiet over here.
All right.
Messiah, who you rolling out this week?
Well, I'm riding with Derek Carr. Just like Mulata said, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Right now, looks like, as of right now, on paper and on film, it looks like championship has to go through the black hole.
Okay. We have a viewer who would hope and love that.
You know, everything's going to come down to injuries. It's a long season.
Yeah.
Weather. A lot of things have to be going in the right direction, but right now they look like they have the tools on. The only thing they need to tighten up on is getting their defense to slow down other teams a little bit. If they can just go ahead and do that and keep the pressure off of Derek Carr, Crabtree is catching everything, not Crab Bucket, Crabtree. You know.
Well, we need a name for Crabtree.
We got one. Money. Because the boy got you money last week.
All right.
As a running back, I went with Jay Ajayi also. I'm hoping that
Mr. 200.
I'm hoping he does his thing. I also went with Ty Montgomery. He's a dual threat. And right now, Cincinnati doesn't look like Cincinnati.
They look like they don't want Marvin Lewis to be their coach no more, is what Cincinnati look like.
But he's been there for too long for them not to produce any wins in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
I went with Higgins from Cleveland. A lot of people don't know who he is. His name is Rashad Higgins. Coleman for the Browns, a receiver. He broke his hand last week, so Higgins came in, had 11 targets. I don't see anybody else he's on throw to besides the tight end, the rookie from Miami.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that Crowell does well to go ahead and open up the passing game to Higgins. I went with Jermaine Kearse because I'm expecting that Jay Ajayi goes for 200, which means that they're going to be playing from behind to keep him going ahead and keeping his targets up. Jermaine Kearse has been doing his thing for the Jets since he's been there. McCown likes him. And also, just a quick note, Seraphin Jenkins is out of suspension. Watch for him coming up in the next couple weeks because McCown likes tight ends. He made Barnage somebody, and where is Barnage now?
Exactly.
So, and my other receiver, I went with Mike Thomas. That's Drew Brees' favorite target.
You mean the Marquise Colson clone?
It looks just like him. We're in the same number. I'm also going with my sneaky pick. I went with Ed Dixon and my tight end with Olsen being out.
I like that play. I really do like that play. A lot of folks don't know about that Ed is there. They probably think Ed just came off the street.
And where did he come from?
He used to play with Baltimore when he was relevant when I remember him.
Big purple.
He's probably been a journeyman. Yeah, so there's no telling where he's been. But right now he's sitting back behind Olsen. He's been eating chili dogs on the sideline. Now he has to play.
Collecting a check.
So hopefully that he gets his one catch for 10 yards and a touchdown. I'll take it.
Okay.
At my flex, I went with probably the highest target receiver in the game right now. If it's not Antonio Brown, it has to be Denard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Because he's averaging about 12 targets a game. I'm hoping that they're playing from behind. Sorry, Texans fans.
Will be.
I'm sorry, Texan fans. I'm not being loyal to anybody. This is about money.
That's the nature of the beast,
they're playing from behind. D. Hopkins will get you money playing from behind.
I think so.
And Pittsburgh Steelers is my defense going against a rookie, Trubisky.
I don't think he's proven yet.
I'm not sold on what goes on in preseason, but I don't think that he's gonna have a clue how to handle some of these blitzes that's gonna be coming at him.
And in that game, I think a sneaky play too, another Fan King hater sleeper, Zach Miller. He was already being targeted a lot before they went to the rookie, and I think that continues. I think it continues big time. I think he might have a big.
I hope so, because if not, Zach Miller's gonna be mad because he's been getting 9 targets in both games.
Exactly.
So I bet you he'll want Glennon back if Trubisky doesn't throw him the rock.
As always, thank you for pressing play. You can follow us on Twitter at FanKingHaters.
Hey, don't forget about Vernon Davis. Right now,
That's true too.
Jordan Reed is questionable with a chest. Who we know that Jordan Reed is suspect. Man, you never know if you.
We're sprinkling these tight end drills on you right now.
Vernon Davis. It might show up here soon. We might have a Vernon Davis of the old. We don't know, but he has stepped up when Jordan Reed has went down.
That's very true. What's that IG?
Make sure to catch us on Instagram at FanKingHaters. Go through, check us out, share our pictures, our videos, the whole thing.
We appreciate all 127 of you, but now I'm trying to figure out why y'all haven't taken this man's $20. Are y'all scared of our weekly gas fund challenge?
I think they are.
It's easy money. It's easy money. It's entertainment, and why not put some money in your pocket? If you doubt my skills and you don't believe what I'm saying, all I'm saying is, man, you're gonna start. If you follow us on Twitter, you're gonna start seeing small videos, and we're gonna show you facts of what we're saying that's coming true. And if you guys are missing out on these,
watch the show,
man. If you watch episode 1, you would have found some money between Pierre Garçon and Brian Hoyer.
Yeah.
Check us out on Instagram or Twitter, and you guys will see that, man. You guys can get some vital information to help you win some money.
Yeah, and if you do play fantasy and you ain't in church on Sunday, you better put your $20 up. And make sure you come and get one of these too.